is another episode of Grand Piano Truth. To me, in the house.
What's up?
Good man, and yourself?
Yeah, another
James?
fun episode.
Showman.
Welcome, Dumelang, Abosheni, hello, all over the world.
Show to me. You know, guys, there's a lot happened this week or a few days ago. First one, American rock star, Tina Turner. I don't know if you know about Tina Turner, guys, because I think...
I'm young, but at least
Yeah,
I know her. I think there's one song by her, Rolling by the River, something like that.
Yes.
So I've known that. She's kind of Beyonce's older version, so that's why we know her very well. Yeah, very electrifying, outstanding and resilient.
May I grow up with her song "Simply the Best"? Simply the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least I do not know one song. But, a loss to the industry because this is a legend.
Yes, legend.
A pioneer of her own style of music,
Exactly.
stage presence.
She
was there with regards to the industry and its establishment of how rock and roll used to be. And for a black woman in that particular space at that time, it was really inspirational and truly one of most iconic performances ever given would have been, by her. I think she ended performing on stage around about after 60.
Yeah.
So
She was still doing it.
Yeah, it shows that she was not taking chances here. This was her life. So a great loss to the industry itself. Yeah, when reflecting on that one.
83 years at least.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
83. Hey, in this current age, we only wish of it.
Yes.
But we hope we reach that particular age.
Yes. Definitely I will do.
Yeah,
I will do.
I did. I manifest.
James, do you know Tina Turner?
Yeah, American Swiss-born singer. She lived the life she wanted to live actually, because at a point I think I heard she had to walk out of a record label.
Yes.
Only with her name, with nothing.
With nothing, yes, that's true.
And she came back strong. Did tours, did shows.
Yes.
After everything, she had to just take out her time, just go relax on her own, and died a peaceful death.
Exactly.
I think that is what we all should live
Embrace,
for.
yeah.
At the end of the day, man, life is all about living.
Yes, all about
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she was a legend. May her soul rest in peace. You know. Recently there was wedding of Celine Dion's son, and she arrived there in a wheelchair.
Yeah. She's done it all.
And no, but at her age, 55 years.
Look, let's call a spade, right?
Yeah.
She's done it all. Forget about the age. As far as I'm concerned, if you check her catalog, she has songs that people older than her can't have.
Yes.
So to me, I think she's done it all. And this entertainment thing takes a toll on someone. It's not an easy job. So for me, at her age, 55, if I'm to be her and what I've achieved, girl, I just need to take a chill pill and relax. There's nothing more for her to do. Seriously, as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing more for her to do. She's done it all. That is the best she could do.
Yes.
And her what's it called? Her records.
Yeah.
It speaks volume.
Exactly, James. Exactly.
She has one of the best records. If you check her lifespan, at least at this age, she's in good shape. I think she's up with is it stiff what syndrome?
Stiff person syndrome.
Stiff
Person syndrome. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah,
because
I would have done some research just to find out what that stiff person syndrome is. So it's just a neurological a syndrome or disorder that necessarily would be characterized by stiffness. Muscle spasms will be there, and as a a neurological, disease or whatsoever. We know with anything that,
Yes.
affects the neurons or how the nervous system works, it's pretty difficult to find any cure or even treatment for that matter.
But don't write it off, eh?
Yeah, no, because now it's here, there might be more research put into the thing.
Did you hear of, is it this American guy who was, is it paralyzed or crippled, and just, was it last week? It was in the news that he's now walking.
He's now okay.
No, for those ones, there is a surgery that can be done where they have to do a blood infusion whatsoever, where they take your blood out and then they know what they do with it, and then they have to put it back within the affected area whatsoever. Then that thing maybe kickstarts the life of those particular cells or whatever they would be trying to resuscitate from that particular, whether it's feeling. It can be possible through those means. We don't know.
These people, when it happens to a celebrity, all of a sudden,
then there would be research. That's what I'm saying. At this point, yes, at this point there was not much done. But since we're talking about somebody who's like prominent, well known, something can be done. There might be organizations trying to raise awareness and then try to put funds into getting medical programs set up for these kind of illnesses. But it's a rare disease.
Yeah, it's a
rare disease. It was for the first time hearing about it.
Yeah, it's rare. I think the little research, no one. There've not been any history of someone coming up with such disease. It's very, very rare. They said it happens to. It's not like it's a constant thing, right? It happens once a while. Like she will just be walking and then all of a sudden she feels a stiffness and then she cannot move body parts like the way she would want to move it. It's not like she's dead. You understand?
But she can move. She can't
move. She can move, let's say in an hour she can move for 40 minutes and then in 20 minutes she's like
to rest.
You understand? So I think that they were just taking precautions for her to appear in a wheelchair as far as I may think. Either which way, don't write it off. Because I think her biggest problem right now is the fact that she has shows that were sold out.
Exactly.
And I don't know if they've returned monies or if they've returned those who bought tickets, if they've refunded them or whatever. But I think that's her biggest problem right now.
Exactly. But on her condition, if I was a fan, I wasn't going to
take back the money.
I
was about to say that if necessarily you are seeing what is happening, and this is somebody that you adore.
Yes.
This is somebody that necessarily has been with you through thick and thin.
Yes.
An artist won't be in the room, but we are there with you.
Exactly.
We are there to help you cry there nicely. So if it's somebody who would have had that particular kind of a relationship, I think it's advisable that we give back, to these people who bring joy, happiness, motivation, and life into, our spaces. So for me, if I was a fan, I was not going to take back that ticket money.
Exactly.
It can go maybe to research.
I
Research.
think I would think the same.
Yes.
Because the joy that woman gave a lot of us, it's too much to refund
one show ticket.
Who watches Titanic and does not remember the theme song? That's her.
That's her.
Yeah. Like, that scene where the theme song that one is a masterpiece. So if we have had such kind of products, it's only fair for us to give back to those who have given to us.
Exactly.
It's just the disappointment, but what can we do?
Nothing. Yeah. We only one thing we can do now is to pray for her.
Yeah.
The big one this week, Prince Mashele, political scientist, well-known commentator, and the author of best-selling book, The Fall of the ANC.
The Fall of the ANC.
Yeah. The guy is all over the media houses, all over the news, because of 12.5 million. That was donated by Mashaba on his book.
On his,
But he said it was a loan.
Yes,
He
it was.
first said it was a loan.
Yes.
And
Okay, first he said he funded the whole thing by himself.
By himself, yeah, he said so.
He said he funded the
Yeah,
whole thing
yeah,
by
yeah.
himself. Later came out to say it was a loan.
But he said because of legal obligations. That's why he said.
No, but come on. Legal obligations or no legal obligations. Look, you should be able to practice what you preach.
Yeah.
Right? You
Yeah.
should be able to practice what you preach. And that is where our politicians have failed all of us. You should be able to practice what you preach. He's been on the necks of your Julius Malemas,
Yes.
the ANC,
Everyone.
the rest. And then
Everyone.
it's for me, even when you say it's a loan, we know that what type of a writer or journalist are you? We know. His work is investigative journalism.
Yes.
And if you do that type of a work, and then you come to us when you are asked questions, now it's a loan. And it's a loan for what? For a book that is supposed to be written to expose you. We are exposing you, James. I come to you again and say, no, give me 12.5.
I want to expose you.
in this case, it wasn't an expose.
Yeah, this Mashaba one, yeah.
But it needs
I
to,
think it was a biography.
a biography of some sort.
Yes,
of
yes.
some sort.
But it needs to reflect necessarily on that particular person, unless you have commissioned it.
If, let's track back, right? If, what's it called, Mashaba
Yes.
can influence someone to write a book, and we all know the end game is that he's not going to step down,
Yeah.
what's going to happen if he becomes a president?
The same thing's going to happen.
That's the same
Yeah.
situation we have now. We have a businessman turned into politician.
Yes.
And when you are a businessman or a business person, you are used to that. That thing of waiting for salaries won't work. You are used to sleeping and then money is counting itself somewhere. You are creating revenue for yourself. So it wouldn't be that Herman, if you know him, is a great business person.
Yes.
One of the best you can ever find.
Yes. That's why it was easy to
But
about 12.5
this is
million.
what business is doing to politics now. Business is the one that is responsible for the corruption, misguidance, and all the things that would be happening and not necessarily being correct within the political space. And that then infringes what? Leadership, accountability,
Yes.
and integrity. And also, Prince here, his integrity, we must caution it. Because we are not sure.
As for me right now, you see, as for me, as a person, I am not against a politician sponsoring whatever I'm doing.
Yes.
Whether I'm a journalist or whatever, I'm not against that. In fact, we are all into the business of making money.
Yeah.
Whether you're a politician,
Yeah.
whether you're a journalist, whoever you are, we are into the business of making money. As we seated here, we are into the whatever we are doing here, we are into the business of trying to make money.
Yes.
I'm not against it. What I'm against is when you preach one thing and you do the other. That is what I'm against. Because for him, he's been the biggest champion of. You remember when Malema got out of the ANC?
Yeah.
If you go back, you could hear his what's it called? His comment on Malema. How the EFF is an extension of the ANC.
Yes.
You understand?
It's the same corruption.
Corruption.
Yeah.
It's the same pattern. And then you now come back, okay, good. Somebody sponsored a book. It's in the best interest of everybody for you to go straight to the point and say, look, I wrote this book. Somebody sponsored it. This is the person. Finish and clap. We all move on. But for you to dunk and dive until a point where now you don't have a choice than to come out. And even if you listen to the what is it called? The statement released by the Action SA.
Yes.
They are not even, and I can see your point, Tumza, when you say he's not going to step up, because they are not even pointing to the fact that Mashaba had done anything wrong.
Yeah.
This is the problem with how I think the biggest thing in politics that people do not understand what politics are. To open a political party is very easy. I think so. For me, I think I can do it. I can lead one. There's only one problem. We do not know what political ideas and ideology people represent. That's why you get a lot of business people, because somebody has run a company somewhere with so many targets and whatsoever.
Yes.
And then they think they can run a country.
Yes.
What is the ideology there? That's why we have the existence of Marxism. We have the existence of communism, socialism, capitalism. You need to understand the structures and be able to say, if I am in leadership like this, what am I representing? What economic emancipation would I like to then, drive or fight for? Unless like that, we are just a political party gathering, singing the same songs the ANC was singing in exile, in your own party now. And then you have a story to tell. You have no ideology. You just can speak maybe in front of people. And that doesn't make you a leader. You are a speaker.
But whether you like it or not, can you read the minds of people? No. So whatever is written in the books, whatever is written in the, what is it called, the party ideology, whatever is the party's ideology, do you know the minds of those behind the parties? No.
Yeah, guys, we're done about politics. Prince Marshall is the vampire of the week.
Yeah.
Corruption, when you're far from it, you call it corruption.
When you are inside.
When you're inside.
You keep quiet.
And say,
this
is a connection.
Yeah, it's a connection.
Now it's changed.
Or it's a friend.
Yes. Yeah. So Tumza, let's go to SASCE Street.
SASCE.
Yeah. Pick up 2 KZN.
Absolutely.
For their on-time performances and the way they handle this process from
the beginning, from inception
until now. Yeah.
No, that's why on the last episode, I commended them for their hard work. They are absolutely great when it comes to KwaZulu Natal.
Yes.
I know they are working. They are working very hard. Very interesting week it was.
Yes.
Because I can tell you now, a different scenery that we saw, or that we got to be aware of. It seems like this year it's a different year for the province.
Yes, exactly.
It means nothing, I must say, to the competitors at the nationals. They must not take it because the undefeated Zama is not there at the national stand.
So they can't take it light.
You're just going to walk. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, because at the end of the day, I can tell you now, Mpangeni is coming.
Yeah.
Mpangeni is coming. I looked at the results with regards to how much they got when it comes to percentage and whatsoever. And all the performances are over 80 at the provincials. So if they fix well, they can do a platinum.
And I think they have time.
They have time. They have the whole month now to work just on their music, relaxed.
Yes.
Mpangani invests a lot from what I've seen. It's just from sight. That I'm informed, but it's just from sight. I see, that I think three people that I know who are well qualified musicians who are there. We even have, I can't call her. I must call her internationally acclaimed. Soprano. Don't Cry Tembisile.
Working with them also.
Yeah, she works there, from my knowledge.
Okay.
She works there as one of the conductors there. And you have I forgot the guy's name. He used to conduct Beachwood. And he used to do well outside. He won national a couple of times, and even now he's doing the very same thing. So big ups to KZN and to Mpangeni in the senior A.
Yes.
In the senior B, I was not aware of this school. There's a school called Kwapata. Yeah, it seems like they were killing also on their side. They were doing their work very well. And they took also, the competition is split between two choirs, to be exact.
So Empangeni
Empangeni, Kwapata for the
Kwapata.
B.
Yes.
When you look at the male and the female goes to Empangeni.
The male goes to Kwapata.
Kwapata. The only people who might have gotten something is Gwenjebov. Yeah, Gwenjebov got a position 1 in the African in the B section. So they are, the future. But these other two schools seem like they put enough work into that. So there's still other provincials taking place this week. We have Northwest, we will have the Free State, we'll have Mpumalanga. So provinces are working. It's only the mother province, the problem child, that is still.
I don't know what is happening in Western Cape.
Yeah, Western Cape, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm sure they are well on their road. Because already they would have started with some other competitions. And that's Pondo and
Pondo now, Bagui Provincial.
Bago Province.
Yeah, but
Ipondo is even there.
Ipondo, they were supposed to start on the 25th, but they didn't start because of logistic issues. The kids were there at school waiting for transport. The transport didn't show up.
Oh yeah, I think the other province that is busy is Northern Cape.
So they started today, but they started with day 2.
Or with day 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Day 1 they will sing on Monday.
Oh.
Not sure if it will be the same, because some parents are very angry.
Very angry with
very
regard.
angry.
Or did they already prepare for the trip and whatsoever then?
Yes, but the transport didn't pitch.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing, but I think maybe if the department from that side.
But they say it's not for the first time. Even other years,
it has
been
been
like that. If lucky labantwana bahambile baya apho kulo competition, indawo zolala ziphuwa, they can have decent places to sleep.
To sleep and whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs a lot of involvement.
So it's a problem. It's a problem. I even emailed Sifiso Ngobese. The guy who's at National.
At National.
Yeah. Sifiso Ngobese.
I think isn't he also
Pretoria.
responsible for Battle of the Municipalities also?
I don't
it's
know.
not him,
I don't know.
I know somebody like that. I think so. But anyway.
But he's in Department of Basic Education. Yeah. I did email him for so that we can go and have a chat with him and check if he knows about all these ups and downs that are happening in the provinces, because it's really hitting. We've got kids, né? Then you prepare your kid, waking him or her at 3 o'clock to go and wait for transport. He's going to Montata for finals. Then at 9 o'clock they call by, hey, no man, we can't
do anything
because there's, there's stories.
No, that thing can demoralize.
And those kids are juniors.
Yeah.
Standard 3, grade 3, grade 4.
And the anticipation of a trip already in jail, it's a problem.
Then when you come at 9 o'clock and tell them, no guys, we're not going anymore.
And the other thing you should look at is maybe parents are not there at home, number one.
Yes.
Not knowing how they handle the situation, but it would be
but
something.
It's poor management. Yeah. So they need to fix those things, those little things they can kill that foundation, because the only foundation, that we have in choral music is the mother. That one is the mother of all music, because even the jazz guy started there.
All of us.
Everyone started there. So if you want to kill that thing by simple, stupid mistakes, if I can put it like, you see, so they need to fix it. But they are there today. And
I wanted to, since these provincials are happening, I want to predict my final 9. But my final 9, It might be difficult, eh? It might be difficult. But if I was to put a top 3, it means that these other schools must represent me very well at the province. You know, Matlosana must be there.
Matlosana, yeah. I think it's
Must
coming.
be there. I think a lot of us are hungry to hear Pititsa Tloho from its original province. We just want to hear what will the Tswana say on their old song.
Yeah, and we want to test Mpangeni.
You know, Empangeni, they're already hot properties. Empangeni has everyone they need there, and I think they will be able to do justice to a lot of things.
Yeah, because they have time.
And their music program it's not SASCE and then they're done. You know, they do ATKV, you know, all of these particular commissions. So they get to get a lot of experience with regards to that. And I would like to urge also us as community or black choirs, if I'm to put it in that particular manner, let's go to other competitions. You know, in Tshwane here we have Tshwane Choral Music Association.
Yes.
There's a development category there. School choirs can still, you know, enroll there and, you know, grow within that particular space, also do music, get to meet also other big choirs within their neighborhoods and whatsoever. And you know, who knows? An incubator program can be built from that.
Exactly.
So it is just a matter of us putting in or having sight for other things that are not seen as yet. But my top 3, I would like to see Matlosane there.
Yeah.
I would like to see, I don't know about Chayaza this year, what are they doing that side? Chayaza, they have a very beautiful sound. Anyway, Mpumalanga is very beautiful high school choirs. One of the best provinces. And then Gauteng, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
It's a problem. I cannot gauge right now because no one has
You
even
don't know what
competed.
is happening now.
We know, people are at rehearsal. And I'm sure they're going to, I'm telling you, I can walk out of this particular conversation now and get a call that no, we are competing on Saturday or Sunday.
Come and help us.
And it's fine. What are you going to tell the kids? People in Gauteng, they're making us do things, eh? But it's fine. We'll wait for them.
Yeah, we'll wait for them.
Free State has you know, an orchestra. It has, you know, production, you know, centers and whatsoever. Same for the Eastern Cape, though. Grahamstown exists. We know that it's there. Cape Town, it's one of the capital cities
Yes.
of the country.
Yes.
Gauteng as a whole is just a hub. So the trick with KZN, you know, when I say keep resources within the province and you're going to achieve your mission, you know, it's not every day where you will see adjudicators coming from KZN going to other provinces to coach and do whatsoever, too much whatsoever. Always they work with each other. They have that particular relationship of working with each other. And they use their resources very wisely. Even the orchestra, I think I saw Maestro Msizinyandu conducting the orchestra himself, which there's no one else outside the province who took on that particular project. That is necessarily keeping the resources within. That's another thing again. Unless then if we have a monopoly kind of a setup where one institution or organization gets to run this particular thing for orchestration and who's playing for the orchestra, who's conducting the orchestra, then there's no development. That's how capitalism works. Those who have will continue to have, and those who do not have we do not care. It's just like that. So keeping resources within the province has then elevated the type and standard of music that the KZN province is producing now. But because of this level of unprofessionalism, unaccountability, integrity lacking, I do not know what to call it. But it's messing us up because at the end of the day, we are sitting with provinces with resources and people capable. But because those people also know here, we're going to get stories if we say we want to work with that school, or we see at this particular opportunity where we can work with schools and develop a much more broader understanding of music, understanding of how the voice works, and all of that. Kids in KZN, and immediately when they start to sing and they give the coaching there vocally, already they know how to approach. That's why they will tell you, hey, there's coastal sound, there is inland. There's no coastal sound inland. It's just effort and education. Because you do not put effort into the sound of your choir wherever you are, and you are also scared to call other people to come and assist, and you have this refined sound, and you say, no, it's a beautiful sound, and whatsoever. Yes, it can be defined and depending on the song, but those people, that coastal sound, which is not natural, that they are producing, how is it achieved? If we can put the same to what is called our inland sound again, it's going to be absolutely amazing. We have one conductor or one musical practitioner I know, or vocal practitioner I know. He comes from a coastal area, and if choirs could have the same type of energy, enthusiasm, zeal and zest that particular guy has when he speaks about the voice and does coaching for the voice, then our choirs would be absolutely amazing.
Yes.
And I can name that person, that is Tembela Vogwa.
Tembela Vogwan. Who is Tembela Vogwan?
I don't know. Tembela Vogwa.
Ben vekthethwa ngento ne-40 phakathi, I don't know.
Yes.
Wenza ne-40.
And even the schools that he
Tembela Vogwa.
works with, the schools that he works with, you must listen to the sound, chief. You will hear that proper work was done here. Proper work was done. And I'm sure even Ikolo La Pepondwe, they would know who they call.
Yeah.
It's just that, Epondwe, you vocally, I think there's a lot of people who are well skilled.
Yes,
you would have, Tumsan Temba.
Yes.
Musically, when he interprets his music, is amazing also. He's at the level of Abu Makam Jani, Abu Matthew Singer. So you already have that particular investment and cohesion within a province. That's why upon when a choir ascends,
Epondweni are divided. Then KZN came there,
that are united. But I still feel even if they're divided upon go to the nationals. Go to the nationals. They, regardless of whether they like that choir or not, for the fact that it comes all the way.
I know.
It's that choir, and it's going to receive the same kind of support and attention.
Yes, I know.
The divisions, yes, I think they would be there. I don't think also in KZN they do not exist. It's just that we do not know of them. They do not take out their, they do. You're not taking out your dirty laundry in front of visitors and other people. It will expose you in your capabilities. But for them, they are working absolutely well. I think the hierarchy is working, and respecting, hierarchy and necessarily chain of command would work absolutely well. It won't even be a problem for teachers to communicate with principals that this is what we need. In Gauteng, the problem even goes to the extent that it goes to the principals. The principals will tell you, children can't sing, the school doesn't have money. In Gauteng, that is the first reason why there is no choirs. That's why we wouldn't hold a second competition in Gauteng. Even a district competition, I feel it's futile. All of us should just go to province and compete there, spend 2 days there. We'll be fine. I'm telling you.
2 days.
Because all of us will fit there. We'll fit there because there is no choirs.
Say 2 days is enough.
It's enough, I'm telling you. But you look at second competitions, district competitions, regional competitions, if they are there, in other provinces. In a second, you get more than 8 schools. 8 schools.
Exactly.
And in one specific category. And then when you go to, maybe let's say section B, you have 8 schools. When you go to senior A, you get 5 schools. in a second.
Yes, yes.
In a second, then the competition is going to definitely be absolutely worth the results that we are seeing from KZN, because they understand the growing of this culture of music. Here, I don't know what we are focused on. We are not even number one in metric results. I would say our work is going there, but unfortunately not.
Yeah. There was a competition at TUT.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Choral University of Technology, my former institution.
Yes.
No, it was hosting it's an annual thing. So this year was the 5th edition.
Okay.
Yeah, half a decade in it. Within that particular program, it's called the Choral University of Technology TUT Intercampus Choral Competition. You'll have all 8 campuses competing against each other. People know TUT maybe as one institution. We have satellites. Yeah, we are everywhere. Yeah, we are like UNISA. Yeah, so there will be like a social campus.
UNISA is also a problem child.
Yeah. and even when they strikes or activist activities, when these two get out of hand, you'll see. The response is very high, because these are the defining point of whether your struggle is serious or not. We'll see by TUT and UNISA in some instances. Voice has joined in also with regards to that. But moving, we would have had Soshanguve, TUT. We would have had the main campus, which is in Pretoria West. But it's Pretoria campus, or the main campus, is divided into 3 campuses. You would have
divided into 3 campuses.
Three campuses, but when you call them into, it's Pretoria, like all of them.
Yes.
You would have one campus in Arcadia.
Okay.
Then we would have one campus in Pretoria, also in the CBD, but just down by Arcadia there, which is the arts campus.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where the music department, opera, acting, stagecraft, all of those would be based. Then you would have what people would call the main campus. But the main campus is all 3 of them, because they form and report to one entity or institute or facilitators. That particular one would be in Pretoria West. So from there, we can form a choir, even though I think most of us feel that,
So each campus has got its choir?
Nah, it can't.
Okay.
So Pretoria TUT Pretoria will then, have members from this particular 3 campuses. And then you would have Mbombela, you have Emalahleni, you have Polokwane, and then there is, they would kill me. They would kill me because they are my former choir. You will have TUT Harangua, who are the champions of this year's intercampus. Yeah, they were champions. So the main campus last year won the title under the batonship.
They were champions before.
Yeah, they were champions before.
They lost it last year.
Yeah. Okay. So on inception of the competition, if my brain works well, on the inception of the competition, TUT Soshanguve won the competition. Then we had the second one, where TUT Harangua won it. Second one, the third one, TUT Harangua defended it successfully. And then there was the fourth one, the 4th edition. That's when Pretoria became champions. Then now we have Harangua again back as 3 times holding this championship. So they have the greatest record out of all the campuses. And they've done well also in other competitions, whether it's them achieving gold status in the World Choir Games.
Community choir in Harangua?
In Harangua, a community choir? Nah, not that I know of.
No.
There used to be Harangua community choir back in the day. Yeah, they used to be killer, yo. They used to be killer, and they were proper. But I think as years went by,
it's also TUT.
has taken over with regards to the music that side. So TUT and
because it's not only students singing on those choirs.
But what was so nice about this year's competition, which I must commend TUT, is that I think 80% of choristers I saw on stage were new and first year students that we didn't know. If there were people that we knew, they were my principal, singers or ensemble singers. We were like, I know that one, we know, that one who's singing the solo. But in general, we saw a lot of new faces. And female conductors were there also. I like it when I see female conductors because it says that we are moving in a very nice direction, because we must take out patriarchy from our lovely and free and energetic industry. It must never be in a patriotic stance or position. It must just be blended, balanced, and fair. For me, so position one, as I said, with regards to the competition, would have been Harankua. They won the African piece, got position 2 on the GBV and ECTB. So there is a GBV song that you do in commemoration of GBV, or necessarily delivering the message of awareness about GBV, because that is our current pandemic. We can no longer talk about HIV. We are on ARVs. You won't see us. Exactly. We are fine. So the message there, I think it's loud and clear on that side. So now we have to deal with this new killer, which is GBV, gender-based violence. And gender-based violence, as we know, gender-based. It's not necessarily female, it's not necessarily male.
But there's a lot of education that need to be passed. Because as male, we think gender-based violence.
It's just females. And it's incorrect. And I can tell you now, males are the most hindered kind of group of people ever. We are hindered. But to voice out, it's a shame. It's a shame, because in the community, for me to say, my woman beats me up or whatsoever, look, James is the first one to laugh because it's something that is that's why this one is weak. That's the first thing. And Sazba, you must never say to Musuba weak. If you want to see somebody become a flame, say that thing to a man and say, don't be weak. Weak. You must know you've ruined it. And that's where then the imbalance comes in. But the message was there, it was delivered. They sang a lot of beautiful music. Even with the songs that they did, the African pieces, the theme was necessarily gender-based violence. A lot of new music was sung there, a lot. I'm sure we'll be able to share the videos as we go into other programs that we'll be engaging in within the Grand Piano space. Kwanole Jona was dominating there. We had him coming with his songs there. Bulela Lamani was there. Also the conductors themselves arranging some of the songs, and making them fit, according. And even the song that won the African piece that won was arranged by Mr. Professor Elias Kolani. They call him Prof. In the industry, Prof. He arranged the African, taking it from Budelani Lamani's music and then arranging it into what it was. And it's absolutely beautiful. The way it was done, it had a trio. A beautiful soprano by the name of Bitumelo was singing there. We had Tsokiso Muloi on the mezzo, or the alto, and then we had Tabiso Tutaroti. He was singing the tenor there. Very, very, very well presented song. And the choir, it was fairly new. The sound, how he worked with it, he worked with what he had, and it definitely worked for him. And he had balanced performances, because now, with what is happening in competitions, you must be a mathematician. Balance your performance. Don't say, now I'm good in Western. You are good in Western. You will lose the whole competition just for that. Because now you must deal with overall performance.
Yes.
And their overall performances showed that they are consistent out of, all the other 8 choirs. Even though they got a portion in only one song. The other choir that was there was this Pretoria. They sang a song by Kwanele Jona, No, No, No. Is the title of. It's absolutely amazing. It was beautiful to listen to. The soprano soloist there, Nothula Ngwenya, she was authentic, just a beautiful African sound that we were listening to. The cries in the voice, you could hear that. Because just to depict those emotions, it was well dramatized. The choir was present, in all of everything that was done. All in all, a great afternoon that was put forward.
Yes.
And the school itself, together with the Department of Higher Education, are championing this particular program. And hopefully, we get to go now into what we call, the higher education choral music festival or arts festival. Because now when we go to what we call Hyperfest, it's not only music there.
When is that competition?
It should be somewhere in July. They must tell us so that
Satika.
It's the new Satika. Satika used to be there. I don't know what is happening with Satika. I don't know. And we would like Satika Warona back. We would like Satika back. Satika is our home, and that's why it was called Satika Waro.
Yes.
We personified it. One of the greatest week you can ever have as a student is a Satika. Because there you are with your choir, other campuses, other universities you do not know of. Young as we are going to explore, we're going to do things. It's an environment for exploring.
I know.
But the music that comes out of that competition, James, I can tell you now, one of the best performances we have ever listened to, a lot of them would come from Satika.
Yeah.
A lot of them would come from Satika, because Satika, and you get everyone now at Satika. You get the big bosses in the industry coming there, with a particular university, singing and doing whatever. And the performances will just be out of this world. It's a blend. There's no like a chorister from where and where and where. You'll find choristas from SA singers, Houten choristas, Kopano chorus, all those different sounds and ideologies all in one place.
Yes.
It's just going to be an explosion. So it's absolutely great to be in that particular space. And hopefully we would have Hyperfest. If Satika is there also, we would absolutely welcome it. More competitions, more events, so that we can resuscitate our industry and have content also on our side. We want these competitions.
We need to attend them. Saying that, when you told me that there's different people that are coming in Satika, some are big boss in the industry. In SASCE, let me say, when soccer is playing, APC Motsipe soccer, there are scouters there, your Dr. Kumalos, your big guys in soccer, go there on those tournaments to scout the young boys, or this one we can take him to Kaizer Chiefs Development, this one we can take him as Orlando Pirates. Is there anything like that in choral music?
Yes, it exists.
Oh, okay.
It exists. I, for one, I've had a lot of encounters, especially when I was still in SASCE. Vividly, I would remember 2011. I think, it was.
And there is also in university.
Yeah, university also. I would get there.
Because also in university there are scouters, if you come to sport, maybe university cup, they go.
It happens. It happens. But it happens with regards to singers at the arts campus and whatsoever, and also in choirs. You know, we can hear you. It's like at intercampus. If we hear you, there's potential there, man. There's potential. That's how you recruit for our community choirs. You go to these particular competitions and sit down and listen. And you can hear, no, there's something here we can work with. So in my case, you know, I was approached by Voices of the Nation. Voice of the Nation would have been the only choir I sang for in my life. If necessarily I wasn't young, and I think the industry, I was not ready for it at that point. But I would have sang for Voice of the Nation, I think for my life. But I ended up just a rehearsal, and then after that rehearsal, then I was convinced to go elsewhere. And then I went to that particular place. So there was this baritone guy, I forgot his name, but I think his name was Matlal. He sings on the ensemble for O Kwale. There's this other guy who sings with O Tomaide, but he sings the baritone. He's the one who came to me together with the then conductor of the choir. And I remember they were standing next to
Then conductor
Utafri.
Shushai.
Shushai. Vestel Mhlope. I must call all his names. Father, respect. So then he called me that, no, Sonny, that's how you, no, Sonny, I've been listening to you. Been listening to, I think you should come to the choir and grow there, the choir. And then, you know, being this person, and I went there. And I can tell you, I encountered one of the best ensembled tenor lines in the country. The tenor line at Vaughan are the best thing you can ever find in the country. If you want to listen to them properly, you must get Makala, the song Makala, and they sing it. I think it was at State Theatre with the when Vaughan was just at its inception. You must listen to what the tenors are doing there.
So who's reading voices there?
I don't know. But whatever.
What was developed for what they're doing there?
Yeah, I don't know. He was here. He was putting something. So that would have been somebody, the first person who scouted me. And then there would have then been Vincent Moyo, the current chairperson of the Tshwane Choral Music Association, and also former current chairperson of Kopano Chorus. I do not know. I stand to be corrected. But he was chairperson of Kopano Chorus at that point. Found me singing at a particular event, and then he called me and said, no, you should come to Kopano Chorus and sing with us. Very scared that I'm going to a very big choir of this nature, because I would have heard about Kopano Chorus, you know, that's choir. And I would have heard, I'm one person, I listen to music a lot. I would go into full oratorios, full competitions. I would go through, I want to hear, what did this one say? And I would listen, if I like a song, I would listen to that song up until I know how to conduct it from Pawan to Lasba. And the way that the conductor did it. So Kopano Chorus, then comes the dawn that they did. They used to do this crescendo somewhere with the sopranos. That thing used to shake me. And I thought, I'm going to this choir, I have to go and do those particular things. And scary as it was home. It was home. I was young, you know, hospitable. I was young. I had my own things.
So you were scouted also?
Yeah, scouted there.
So after you scouted me, is there any contract that I sign?
Not in the community space.
So okay.
You are called. You know, in music, it's like we are doing each other's favors.
So it's still the same old way. But come and sing for our choir.
Come and sing. Come and sing for our choir. And we heard you. Unless there is some sort of role you are playing, which is prominent within, you know, the setup, where you are a soloist or instrumentalist, then you know, maybe we can speak on contract basis, because some musicians wouldn't say they want to perform while they do not have something written. You say you must pay me, because that is the very same issue that is causing issues
now.
that people are not being paid. We are sitting here, I'm sitting here with you here, there are still choirs who owe us, but we say nothing, because you know, we must just be polite. But where I am right now with what I'm doing, how I am managing myself and how I'm finding ways within to make or to commercialize, you know, the industry and the fraternity itself. Each and everything I do, I charge for it. Even if you ask for a score of Bunyedi, and I am the one who has it, you are going to pay for that score, because I understood the value of keeping that score, scanning it and keeping it in my cloud and sitting. And then you want to come, give me Bunyedi. I must give you Bunyedi. Chief, that is a collector's item. You do not have it. You do not have it. And at some point, it was public domain, but you did nothing about it. Then people want to have a problem when you charge.
Going to you mentioned folk song, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. SASCE, they also doing folk song.
Yes.
Yeah. But now the audience is complaining too much about folk song. Folk song is a waste of time. They spend maybe 20 minutes on the stage, because there's a lot of choreography that is happening there.
That's where the audience misses it. And let me talk to the audience. The audience would miss this. The first thing that SASCE or APC Motsepe must promote is Africanism. And that is our culture and our identity first. So those Western pieces and African pieces that are 5 minutes and then 10 minutes, you would sing about Gloria in Excelsis Day. What does it mean to your life? It's a worship song, yes, and then what? And then what? What cultural value are you getting from that? If we had a choice, we should just maybe dismantle this prescribed category so that we have time.
Then we go and sing Stibili.
Yeah, sing our own musical ideologies. And right now, I see you see the music that is written by Abu Konele John and now Litle Pieta. You will feel those particular rhythms in the music itself, because now, even if it's a folklore, they have to put it inside inside the song itself. Like there is this song Amabuto.
Yes.
It was sung also by GC and Zek, at the melting pot. And there is it comes, accompanied by by the piano nicely. It's a choral piece. You can hear everything, right, and whatsoever. And then, just at the middle of the song, then they go ad lib or ad libito, where they have to sing a stibili kind of a setup. And then there's also a step there. So that is the kind of music we should be investing on. So the audience must rest. They must. That's why this thing of ideology starts from very far. We must know why programs are created.
So we want. Are you saying we will not have on-time performances?
No.
Choral. Because if you check soccer, there's 90 minutes.
Yes.
Then there's 5 minutes of injury time. Then if it goes to penalties and extra time, then we know it's 130 minutes to 140.
But
so there will be nothing like that in.
No, there is limits. There is time limits when it comes to our folklores.
Yeah.
To say that if we're doing a folklore about GBV, you're going to have a song about GBV that maybe might take 2 minutes.
Okay.
And then you're going to maybe have 7 minutes of doing now choreography, dramatization, and all of those, so that now the message can be brought out in a language and culture. That's why this particular folklore category, it's merged together with the theme message of what the competition would want. Back in the day, it would have been on HIV and AIDS.
Yes. Yes.
And now it would be GBV. The other time it was June 16 or necessarily youth or whatsoever. So all those things, when we face an issue, they're going to then fit exactly in that folklore category, because we are going to deliver the message through our own language and showing you through our different cultures what is good and what is bad, and how you can be able to alleviate that particular problem. So, the audience must just leave that one out.
Okay.
Yeah, they must just leave it out when it comes to the folklore. Or if they feel it's too long, we can talk to SASCE through our respective, positions and whatsoever, and say, SASCE, when we do folklore, merge primary school and high schools together on this day in solos only. So that you do only folklore and solos on that day. And then you have a nice day of music, and then they can sing their music there and prescribed ones. And then we'll see.
Yes,
I can tell you now, the most successful choirs in the country that are commercially recognized, they do not sing music that comes from score and then it's groundbreaking. Stellenbosch University, University of Pretoria Camerata, Imilonji Kantu, the Gauteng choristers, it's singing a lot of, I think they are the ones who are singing a lot of work that necessarily might be score-based. But in most cases, these other choirs do not sing those. They just sing then
Is
platinum.
Is Ntatem Qatana still there?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. We need to look for him.
Yeah, he's one of the icons. We should interview that one.
Yeah, we need to look for him.
We should interview. No, he's one of them. And then the other person who is within the same range of Umnedane would be Babuthemba Madlopa. One is
yeah, that's true.
Game changer also on his side. So something to look at. Yeah. No, I said before today I leave, I should do a current news thing. So because we have events that will be taking place.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just wanted to Tabon Chorus.
Yes.
One of the upcoming and great choirs in the Free State. They are champions in their own rights at the national choir festivals and the LEGMA. They would have done their best with regards to acquiring championships there. So I liked the idea of what they did here. They will be hosting high schools.
Oh, okay.
So and it's a big choir. It's a big choir, well established sound and everything. So if that particular kind of a choir can host high schools and say we are hosting a concert with a high school, I'm asking myself, our other entities should necessarily not just be NGOs because we want to get funding. We must be NGOs and participate in this volunteering program and you giving back to the community through such means where they're hosting a concert, a choral festival together with Teto High School and Nana Bolela High School. 10th of June 2023. They will be hosting that particular concert at Tabon Community Center.
Interesting.
So I would urge each and everyone who's within who's in Free State, let's support this one.
Let's just go and
let's support this one. It's a great initiative, And this is how we're going to get more choristas into the space. Because for them to, when they're going to experience that sound that is going to come from the main choir, I'm telling you, the aspirations are we want to sound like that. Hard work will still be there. But now we don't have role models. You have to go to a choir. That's why for me it was easier, because even Imis really was still there actively. I could see, that
How they see.
yeah, those performances I'm talking about, the Then Comes the Dawn and whatsoever, I saw them live. Or necessarily some of them I saw them on TV. I could relate, or I must sound like this. I must sound like this. So right now there's no reference. The only thing we can reference on is Kilimanjaro. And Kilimanjaro, it does not have anything musically based that I can say is difficult. It's a
So
recitation.
it's the only event that you have?
For now. Yeah, and others, I'm sure they're still going to surface.
I think now, a lot of competitions
Yeah.
and other things are going to come out after SASCE.
Yeah.
Everything is going to come out.
Information, if I had, I would have about Legma. Legma, I know they've already prescribed their
Legma?
music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When is Legma?
They are just going to do it just after July.
After July.
Yeah, just after July, they're going to do Legma. And there was also the Johannesburg Music Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Johannesburg Music, I nearly forgot about that one. So it also took part on Sunday, this past Sunday.
Yes. So Bukamuso was...
Yeah, Bukamuso was gracing.
Guest choir,
They were the guest choir there. Presented a very nice, commemoration piece to
Where are those choristers coming from?
all over the country.
Bukamuso.
All over the country. Bukamuso is an international choir. Yeah, they do not have choristers only here in Gauteng and South Africa alone. They stretch as far as Lesotho. They that's why I call them they're international. Yeah, they're international. They are one of the few choirs in South Africa with an internationally acclaimed title and championship. So we must I will always give them respect.
It's
because
less than 2 years, no?
yeah, it's less than 2 years. It's less than 2 years. And I can tell you now, you know how people behave. People are going, I'm telling you now, they're going to wait for the downfall or when there's going to be something bad to pick up. Right now, because they are busy, they are doing whatsoever, you won't hear anything.
No one is talking about it.
You won't hear anything, except for us who are keeping an eye on the industry. The excellent work that they're doing now, it won't be said. It's like going to an exam and getting 94%.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, most of your classmates will laugh at you for that 6%. You didn't get the 6%, but that 94, it means nothing. So we need to appreciate the great work that has been done. Bukamuso Chorus is moving mountains in all forms. For them to have an institute, within the institute they have 2 choirs. Within those 2 choirs there is also a third one, which now is a gospel kind of side of the choir, where they deal with gospel music. They have a drum set, guys playing instruments, the same setup we would have with Joy Celebration and whatsoever. And they can still do it with the whole choir again, because all of them are singers. So that's the type of branch they're doing. So this year, I'm hoping for them to release music. They must just go commercial. We must go to iTunes and listen to Bukamuso Chorus. And they're producing nice music. The vocal quality, out of this world. They are not just a choir with quantity. The quality of the work is showing with what they're doing. So big ups to
Who's the guy?
Kawe, to the MD. Big ups to the MD.
He's an MD and conductor.
MD is musical director. That's the new term now. That's the new term. There's no longer Umbeteshi. Umbeteshi does no longer exist. Conductor, maestro, he's MDs now. He's the MD of the choir. But as you know, as a conductor, you are an all-rounder. Because at the end of the day, if there's an issue, it's just going to land here, because at the end of the day, you are the one who's going to give the audience the back.
Do you think that thing is happening at Bugamos?
When it comes to?
Empty to be an all-round?
Nah.
There's departments.
There's order. There's order in that institution. If he's involved in certain things, it will be on things that he would want attention to be given to. As the leader, necessarily he has to give the vision to say, this is what I would like to achieve. How the committee achieve that, it's none of his business. His business is music.
Okay.
So he's
please connect him for us.
One day I should have a call with him, or necessarily have him here, so that he can share the trick, and necessarily maybe advise other conductors, young as he is, on how to acquire such, a sponsorship, how to structure your organization in that particular fashion, that it's so orderly, to the extent that you are having, two entities functioning within one institute, because as an MD where he is, as the musical director, he, from his side, he can appoint a conductor to go and say, you, for this project, you'll conduct this institution. So he's not, that's why I wouldn't want to call him a conductor, because he's a musician himself.
Yes, I know him.
If the viola calls him...
I know him from JPO?
Yeah, from JPO. He has paid for even a lot of orchestras.
Then he was singing with Von,
the Voices of the Nation is sung with Bahale Chorus also. He is a well-rounded musician. He's the LeBron James of choral music. Yeah, when you say an all-balanced player, whether it's offense, defense, center, he's doing that. He's showing us as an accompanist, as a singer, as a leader or a conductor and going again to be a maestro again, to conduct an orchestra. That is something that he's exposed to, and to do it again on his side, it's absolutely amazing. And I like to congratulate them on that. So they had that event. With regards to the Johannesburg Music Festival that was happening, the Choral Festival, there were several choirs, I think, that were there. I do not know them by name. The thing with the Johannesburg event is just, I don't know what happened.
They're not exposed enough.
It's so Gauteng. It's Gauteng. You find out 2 days before the event happens that there is an event. And I would say, Gauteng, wherever you are, whether you are in Pretoria, Mabopane, Shoshanguve, Soweto, Dobson, wherever, prior preparation prevents poor performance. I'm sure in Eastern Cape already, when they go to battles of the municipalities, you would know in time that this thing is going to happen, and that's why they even have streaming services set up and whatsoever. Here,
they are prepared.
Here. Resources, where are they? Where are we?
You'll hear today that tomorrow is Saturday. Maybe it's Friday, then you hear Saturday. It's Friday, that's Saturday. There's an event.
That's what I said to you, that right now I can walk out of our conversation now, after the conversation we conclude our, and what would happen is that I will get a call that, no, the SASCE convention is taking place this Sunday or next week, Monday, for argument's sake. That's an actual possibility.
To me?
And it might not mean anything. But anyways, from me, Morana Kote and to say.
Enjoy your weekend, man.
No, you too. You enjoy yours.
Sure, man.
Thank you.